Oh boy, 2020. What a year it has been, and we're not even halfway through it yet. Today I'm going to talk about the latest thing that's going on, this whole thing in Seattle. I actually had to write things down on a paper for this one. Seattle, this Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, CHAZ, which became CHOP, OP, the organized protest. Well, there's a very fine line between protest and criminal activity. I'm going to point out a few things here. And a lot of it is really ironic to the things that Democrats claim to be supporting, and yet they're doing the same exact things. I find it very humorous. First of all, liberals in general. It reminds me of a family get-together in someone's backyard. You got maybe 15, 20 family members get together on a weekend, and there's a few kids running around. Maybe you got one 8 or 10-year-old who's running around, screaming, getting in everyone's face, and you just want to, pat him on the head, and yes, that's good. Let's go sit over there and be quiet. Well, I feel the same way about these liberals. Okay, yeah, liberals, you're protest. Okay, just sit down and shut up now. We don't really care. We just have to pretend like we do to keep you happy for a while. Oh boy, now it goes back to this whole. It kind of really got started with, a couple of cops, and a couple of black people got killed, as a result of meeting with the cops. I'm not here to say right or wrong for that. Maybe they used a little bit too much force or whatever. So, that's that thing. And then, of course, right away you have people coming out, having their whole protest about that, police be less violent, Black Lives Matter and all this stuff. So, and first they're having their organized protest or their organized peaceful protest. And then it becomes things you see on the news, a whole bunch of people, mostly black and mostly liberals, crashing down at the doors of a department store, looting the whole place, destroying small businesses, committing crimes. And it makes it hard to be sympathetic for the point they're trying to make. They kind of shoot themselves in the foot there with that. They turn it from a protest into criminal activity, and we're supposed to be nice to you for this and thank you for pointing out the rights and wrongs here? I don't think so. Nope, it don't work with me. Anyhow, I wanted to point out a few things I've seen, heard, and read about this whole CHAZ zone. I find it to be pretty humorous. Let me fold my paper up here so I can sit it here. Let's see it more easily. First of all, when the liberals decided to take over or occupy, whatever they want to call it, this 6-block zone, what's the first thing they did there to define their zone that they're taking over? They set up walls. They set up borders, and they're guarding these borders with armed guards. Now, weren't the liberals just saying Trump shouldn't do this with the Mexican border? Walls are bad, borders are bad, let everybody in. And what do when they get a little zone of their own? Walls, borders, and guns. A little bit hypocritical, don't you think? I've read some things to say that the Antifa is behind the scenes and running this whole thing. They've got people in the zone guiding and controlling things to their own ends. Some things I've read say the armed guards in the zone are doing stop and frisk activities on the local residents and taking whatever they want. And didn't the Democrats make a big fuss about stop and frisk when the police were doing it? And now they're the ones doing it? The real doozy here is some of them have said that they want to make this their own zone and secede from the USA. Well, first of all, that's not going to ever work. Second of all, it's called treason, and Trump has said what he thinks about treason. So that ain't ever going to happen. And if they want to have their own zone, it's just for some crazy reason they said, okay, you're fine. This is your zone. Now, We're going to turn off all the power. We're going to turn off all the water. We're going to turn off all the communications, and you establish your own power, water, and communications because you're your own country now. And the liberals would be like, well, no, hold on just a second here. Let's not get too crazy here. Let's think about this, No, you want to be your own country? Fine, go be your own country. You silly liberals. The real driving force behind this, between the liberal media and the hidden groups behind the scenes orchestrating all these events, they're trying. We have an election this year, and they are doing all they can to push this as hard as they can to make it so it looks like Trump's not doing a good job and get Biden elected, which, by the way, is never going to happen. Trump, it's not a question, is Trump going to win? The answer is Trump is going to win. The only question is, by how much is Trump going to win? Oh, boy. Who's commenting? Well, I think whiskey. Yes, I do think. You got a lot of liberals in this state of Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, but they couldn't pull off a win for Hillary Clinton last time, and I don't think it'll happen again. Now, from what I've seen, read, and heard, Biden isn't quite the bought and paid for corrupt criminal that Clinton was, but he's not perfect either, not by a long shot. He's seen. I can't wait to see the first protest. The first of the 3 debates. Once Trump gets him up on the stage, that's going to be some entertaining viewing. But then let me get off subject here. The whole Seattle CHAZ chop thing with a whole bunch of liberals doing the things that liberals have been protesting for many years. Quite ridiculous, quite hypocritical, and quite ain't going to last for long. I think everyone's just, letting them have their little zone for now, placate them. Let me talk slower. They're letting them have their little zone, placate them for now. Okay, go have your little protest, whatever. Then eventually, okay, sit down, little boy. We're tired of hearing your speeches, the same thing over and over. So eventually, it's going to get taken back into Seattle. They're going to, drive out the protesters, arrest them, lock them up for all I care. Oh, you liberals, you guys give me so much entertainment. The only hard part about it is it gets people all worked up and, causes problems and tension and things. Who needs that? Because I hope you do know that this is not going to work out long term. Do you really think it is? Let me tell you what now. It is not going to last. So, 2020. Oh, what a time to live. Years from now, we'll be talking about, back in 2020, we had the virus, we had the liberals, we had the election, we had all kind of crazy stuff going on that year. So, that's what's happening now. Yes, Brandon, I mentioned Chopped CHAZ at the start of this video here. Yeah, that's another thing, whiskey. The Aunt Jemima brand was banned. As someone just pointed out to me, some TV channel was not going to show Gone with the Wind because it had like racist tones to it. And someone said, well, wasn't one of the black women in Gone with the Wind the first black woman to win an Oscar? I don't remember exactly what the details were. Someone mentioned it to me. I don't know. Look it up for yourself. Oh, Bill Jones. Yes, thank you. Yes, I'm very much a Republican. I'm not liberal on anything that I can think of. Let me check my list here. Have I made all my points? I think so. Okay, anyhow, the whole CHAZ chop zone in Seattle, it's our entertainment for a few weeks until the next big event happens and all the attention is taken from this and put over here. And then something else will happen and take the attention off of CHAZ chop zone and put it on something else. So that's the show for today. Think about that. Do your research. Don't be fooled. Read and learn for yourself. And please hit the like and subscribe buttons down there. The subscribe button is right down where the subscribe button is. Help me out with that. Thanks.